9 News, Colorado's 24-hour news source. From Channel 9 in Denver, this is 9 News, Colorado's news leader. With Ed Sardella, Mike Landis, Paula Woodward, Dave Sweeney, and Ron Zapolo. 9 News, #1 in Colorado.
Hello, everyone. Hate-related crimes seem to be on the increase. The FBI is under new orders to keep records on every hate-related crime in the country. It's too early to get an indication of just how much of an increase police are seeing in our metro area. But Tom Costello did talk with some experts who say the hate is symptomatic of a much larger problem.
October 25th, another victim of a hate crime. This time, a fire is set at a Jewish school in Denver. October 10th, racist graffiti at an Aurora high school. At Takeo, Loretta Heights College, Japanese students are attacked and humiliated. And at a Greek Orthodox church across the street from a synagogue, swastikas desecrate the walls. Around the country and in our own city, hate crimes seem to be on the increase. The latest apparent victim, DU. In the last few weeks, 12 Asian students and faculty members have had their cars vandalized. Everything from broken windshield wipers to punctured tires. There are more than 600 international students going to DU. The vice chancellor says there is no room here for racism.
Because that's what a university is all about, is to introduce students to the universe of human experience.
And racism runs contrary to that celebration of human diversity.
What we're seeing is what I call a backlash in the American dream. It's
Professor George Shepard, he recently completed a study of racism in America. There's no question, he says, hate-related violence is on the increase. He thinks lower middle-class whites who can't find a job and are upset about affirmative action quotas are taking out their frustrations and blaming anyone who's not like them.
You get caught up in that kind of ideological explanation for their own failures and their own dissatisfactions, and that then leads them into channels of violence.
Oh, my dad, he's against me, and my mom, she's for me. And she's a nationalist, just like me, a Christian nationalist.
Even on a talk show this morning, more talk of racism starting with the family. But educators say if it's going to stop, the family has got to teach the value of human diversity.
They will gain greater respect rather than hatred and fear for these people.
Tom Costello, 9 News.
In March, Denver will host the International Anne Frank exhibit. She was killed in a Nazi concentration camp. Mayor Pena hopes that exhibit will remind people of what hate can do when it gets out of control. A man who allegedly helped prison escapee and murder suspect Michael Bell last August pleaded guilty today to aggravated robbery. 24-year-old John Porter was immediately given a 15-year sentence. Porter had been facing first-degree murder charges in the August 21st robbery and murder of Leslie Thomas in Boulder Canyon. But those were dropped for the robbery charge and testimony against Michael Bell, who's accused of killing Thomas. A third suspect, Theodore Oliver, is also facing robbery charges in the Thomas case. Michael Bell is accused in 2 other murders and the wounding of 3 other people. A third suspect, Theodore Oliver, as we've told you, is also facing those robbery charges.
The prospect of war in the Persian Gulf has President Bush in the midst of a lawsuit here at home. 45 Democrats in Congress, including Pat Schroeder, are asking a federal court to forbid President Bush from attacking Iraq without the approval of Congress. An ABC News survey of 367 members of Congress shows 58% of them, including Schroeder, believe the president doesn't have the authority to start a war without a vote of Congress. Less than half, 42%, think military force should be used to get Iraq out of Kuwait. But 37% are undecided about using force, and that indecision, says some members of Congress, is why the president shouldn't act alone on deciding whether to attack.
Some people have said, well, don't you believe that this would inconvenience the president? The Constitution is designed to inconvenience one person from taking us to war.
The members of Congress who are suing the president say they want the court to decide if an attack against Iraq would be a declaration of war. If so, they want a say in the decision. As the U.S. beefs up its troops in the Middle East, it's also sending over more equipment. In Germany today, U.S. tanks and armored vehicles were loaded onto cargo ships bound for the Gulf. They are part of the new reinforcements recently ordered to Saudi Arabia by President Bush.
And all those homemade cookies bound for the Middle East via Operation Santa are being intercepted. It's taking so long to get the homemade cookies to the troops, the cookies are spoiling in the heat. So volunteers at the Lakewood American Legion Post 178 are unpacking the homemade goodies and repacking the rest of the shipments on with cookies that have that are able to be sent there. Operation Santa will be accepting donations until December 4th. The cookies they are taking out will not be wasted. They will be taken to the Veterans Hospital and to soldiers stationed in Colorado. The ones they're sending it will have preservatives in it, so that'll be nice.
So that they'll stay?
Yeah.
Okay. The CU mystery illness isn't such a mystery anymore. That's next. And using animals for research, is the gain worth the pain? We'll continue our 9 News Extra.
General Motors recalls 500,000 cars that could have a safety problem.
Hang on to your hats. It's going to get windy tonight and tomorrow. And the Nuggets are about to sign holdout Terry Mills. And in the Silver Dome today, the Lions gearing up for the Broncos.
At Walgreens, our pharmacy computers are customer-friendly, and whenever a generic equivalent is available, they print it right on the receipt. Walgreens, the customer's best friend.
West of imagination and east of inhibition, a fragrance as natural as the woman who wears it. New Aspen for women at Walgreens.
For any occasion, or no occasion at all, American Greetings makes the day extra special. American Greetings cards, wraps, and ribbon from Walgreens Drugstore.
The troop buildup continues in the Persian Gulf. Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Shapiro.
And I'm Sherry Sellers. Join us tomorrow for 9 News, 6 a.m. We'll bring you up to date on events in Saudi Arabia as President Bush heads there for the holiday. We'll also talk to Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac about the past and future of one of America's most popular rock and roll bands.
Some snowfall headed for Colorado's high country. I'm Nick Carter. I'll have all the weather details.
Of course, we'll have all the news from overnight, and Harry Blakeman will guide you to work or school through morning traffic. We'll see you at 6.
We got an officer who's worth something lying here.
A Civil War hero leaves the battlefield for the frontier, cut off from everything he knows. He is changed forever by the people who call him Dances with Wolves.
I will not forget you.
Kevin Costner, Dances with Wolves, rated PG-13.
Now playing in select cities. Opens November 21st everywhere.
The waterbeds are rolling in to Big Sur waterbeds. We've made a truckload special purchase, and right now you'll really save. This sleigh bed with its timeless styling is just $377.99, our lowest price ever. Or choose the Concord canopy bed featuring a large detailed mirror and dramatic mirrored ceiling for an incredible $699.99. Now's a perfect time to lay away for Christmas. Don't miss this special purchase at Big Sur Waterbeds, America's largest, 5150 North Federal and I-225 in the valley next to Levitt.
The mystery illness at CU in Boulder has been solved. It was apparently the result of bad hygiene. About 800 students either called or went into the Student Health Center earlier this month, complaining of symptoms similar to food poisoning. Most of them had eaten dorm food. The Boulder County Health Department said today the illness was most likely caused by a person handling food in the dorms who didn't wash his or her hands. So a virus was passed from the hands onto the food.
Just like your mom said, you got to wash your hands. All right. There has been and continues to be intense argument over the use of animals in medical research. Now, part of the debate centers around finding cures for human disease. Ron Mitchell and Lori Hirosa have each examined the issue. They have this 9 News Extra to save a life. We have a warning for you. This report contains some graphic pictures.
It's another shipment of rats and mice at the CU Health Sciences Center in Denver. Rats and mice that will be used by scientists to find ways to reduce human pain and suffering.
The secret to longer life could be behind this door. Some of these rats have lived to be 38 months old. Most rats die at about 30 months of age, but these have been given fewer calories by researchers here, and that has expanded their life. That could lead to clues about old age diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
We never know from day to day whether we are on the verge of a new discovery that may be applicable tomorrow.
Some of the things researchers at the CU Health Sciences Center are on the brink of are absolutely mind-boggling.
We have potential tomorrow to control pain in ways we have never done before.
Lori, animal medical research may one day come up with a pill you can just buy right off the shelf that will block pain.
But Ron, that is exactly the problem. All of the drugs that you see here on the shelves were tested on animals. That's the way the game is played. And animal rights activists say scientists will continue to test even if they already know the results. At the Rocky Mountain Humane Society offices, Director Robin Duxbury keeps records on medical research.
Well, the Centers for Disease Control and the World Health Organization and the Office of Technology Assessment have all acknowledged at one time or another within recent years that no cure for any disease afflicting humans has been discovered through animal experimentation.
And some say those experiments are unusually cruel. More about that tomorrow. With Ron Mitchell, Lori Hirosa, 9 News Extra.
Fire in an oil disposal pit in Weld County sent up a black cloud visible in Denver late this afternoon. Firefighters got it out with foam after a 90-minute effort. It was in a pit at Weld County Disposal Company near Fort Lupton, where oil from wells and storage tanks is separated from water. Static electricity or a spark may have started it.
The Milli Vanilli duo finally get to sing using their own voices, and we'll let you be the judge in a couple of minutes.
And the Salvation Army is going to have to watch where it rings its bells this year. That's next.
Imagine having your own chef who'd prepare delicious meals whenever you wanted. Marinate the fresh meat for you, prepare special sauces for you, garnish it for you, even slice up vegetables for you. And all you have to do is pop it into the oven or microwave, and voila! Presenting Cub Cuisine. 12 delicious dinners prepared fresh every day only at Cub Foods. Cub Cuisine. And you thought we only offered low prices.
All this week on MASH.
I'm sick of doctors!
Join John Ritter, Patrick Swayze, Shelley Long, Ron Howard, and Leslie Nielsen for a hilarious tour of duty with the 4077.
You are so cute.
5 days of box office big guns.
We're the best.
That will leave you seeing stars.
Boss, be careful, he's jealous.
Oh, why should he be? I don't belong to him.
5-star guest week on MASH at 11:05 right here on Channel 9.
The Chicken Little Choir sings the Discount Tire Song.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap.
Discount Tire Company. Cheap.
These kids are fortunate. They're happy and healthy and have homes and families. But out there in our communities are people who have no place to call home. I'm Mike Horan of the Denver Broncos, and I'd like you to join me in helping the homeless. Remember that each time I punt the ball within the opponent's 20-yard line, you can make a pledge. The money will go to help families and kids at the Volunteers of America Shelter for the Homeless. You can get your Punts with a Purpose pledge form at any Paul's Place or by calling 297-0408.
The Salvation Army's bell ringers should be able to reach their Christmas goal of $470,000 in donations, but it will be a little tougher this year getting money at Denver area shopping malls. You'll have to look outside for the bell ringers at the new Cherry Creek Mall. They'll only be in front of AD&F and Lord & Taylor. No bell ringers allowed in the mall or at the other stores. To make up the difference, the Cherry Creek Mall management is donating coins from the mall's wishing fountains. The money will be given to the Salvation Army throughout the year.
That's a sizable chunk because people are hungry in February and March, just like they are in December.
And what about some of the other major malls? What do they do? Well, Westminster Mall says no solicitors anywhere on their mall property. Cinderella City says the bell ringers can come inside, but they can't ring the bells. Villa Italia says the bell ringers have to mute the bells. And Aurora Mall is allowing the bell ringers inside for the first time this year.
Muted bells might be interesting. Former Denver Public Works employee Marty Marcelli says getting caught loafing on the job probably saved his life. Marcelli loafed on camera in Paula Woodward's series on city workers who did little work on city time. And Paula is here with a follow-up. How did getting caught save his life?
Well, he said he was going nowhere, had a serious alcohol problem, and getting fired forced him to face up to what he was doing with his life. Marcelli was a city worker caught 2 years in a row by our cameras. He's part of our hour-long special on Channel 9 at 9 tomorrow night. We'll follow up on frequent stops, the drinking chiefs. We'll show you the stories you've told us you like best, and we like too, and also tell you what's happened to the people involved. Our most controversial report centered around Denver Public Works employees. In 1988, our investigative report's Caution Frequent Stops revealed city work crews loafing on the job. A follow-up investigation the next year showed the problem still exists. In both years, a number of city workers were disciplined. What has the city done this year? What's happened to the people involved? We'll tell you about it tomorrow. Remember bad will at Goodwill? People were driving by Goodwill donation sites and taking items left over after the site was closed. Since those stories, Goodwill has made a big change. We'll tell you about it.
He just said that the altitude was too high here for
in Colorado for Kaylin, and that there would be nothing that they can do for her here, that she'd have to move to sea level in order for her to survive.
A lot of us won't ever forget Kaylin Anderson and her family. The little girl with a very hurt heart touched an entire community, a home they were forced to leave. Where did the Andersons go, and how are they doing now? And of course, we can't forget Georgie. What's the truth, Georgie?
The truth is that every single accident that I've had has happened on the job. I've never, ever misclaimed an accident.
Our allegations into possible fraud cases in the workers' comp system even has Governor Romer after offenders. The possible penalties are stiff. These are just a few of the stories we'll show you Wednesday on Channel 9 at 9. It's kind of fun. We were going through our files again, looking up these stories. It was fun to see them again.
So what else are we going to see?
Do you realize that the 3 top people at Denver Public Works are no longer there since we've done our series of reports? Very little publicity. Yeah. They're gone now. Yeah. Those are the kinds of things that we'll tell you.
Okay, and this is tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Channel 9 at 9.
Okay, thanks.
Wait.
Thanks, Paula. General Motors is recalling more than 500,000 1989 and 1990 model cars because the brake lights might not work. The brakes are fine. It's the brake light switch that may fail. The recall involves 520,000 1989 and 90 models of Pontiac Grand Prix, Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, Buick Regal, and 1990 Chevy Luminas. GM says its dealers will fix the problem for free.
Fall is making a comeback. Dave Sweeney will have the forecast when we come back.
Introducing the Espresso Mini from Krups. Just the right size to give you delicious espresso. 1 cup at a time, 2 cups at a time, or even 4 cups at a time. Then turn on the steam and watch deep, dark espresso become heavenly cappuccino. As tempting as this. Krups Espresso Mini. It's as simple as black or white.
Available at May, D&F. Everybody has turkeys on sale now, but at Safeway, we don't limit our sale to a low price on some low-quality turkey. We give you 30% off every whole grade A top-quality turkey in the store. Every fresh, frozen, smoked, stuffed, boneless, even kosher turkey, including Butterball, Honeysuckle, Manor House. You work hard on your Thanksgiving dinner. Don't let a low-grade turkey make it go flat. Come to Safeway, where every whole grade A quality turkey is 30% off.
Who says there are no more heroes? Our new hero is Carolyn Selmeyer. She's a substitute teacher. And when she saw a student choking, she performed the Heimlich maneuver and saved a life. Do you want to nominate a hero? Look for an entry form in Monday's Rocky Mountain News sports section.
And listen to KYGO-FM Friday mornings as we name a hero every week.
Do you know someone special? Tell us about him. Buy that hero a Miller with Miller High Life and Channel 9.
Smart businesses everywhere are discovering the post office. For dependable service and true value, there's Priority Mail with delivery in 2 days for $2.40. To keep dollars flowing and help the bottom line, there's Express Mail with delivery guaranteed next morning for just $8.75. For speed, reliability, and overall value, no one delivers for growing businesses like your post office.
We deliver for you.
The emergency 911 system in Arapahoe County is not working right at the moment. Sheriff Pat Sullivan says anybody calling 911 in Arapahoe County outside the city of Aurora is getting a busy signal. So if you need police or fire assistance, you have to call the regular 7-digit phone number, which is listed in the front of the telephone directory. That is Arapahoe County outside of Aurora. The shuttle Atlantis came home this afternoon, not just home to Earth, but home to Cape Canaveral. It landed there because of high winds and damp runways at Edwards Air Force Base in California. It was the first landing in Florida in 5 years. The 5 astronauts successfully completed a secret military mission.
So it was pretty to see.
Yeah, it's always a little scary yesterday when they said, oops, 90 seconds they had before they changed and went back into orbit for a while. So tell me about our winds, those winds that we're expecting.
Early tomorrow morning, the front will go by. The winds will shift abruptly from the southwest to the northwest and kick up a bit of a fuss. High wind watch along the front range, probably from about 2 in the morning till 8 tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's going to be breezy and a lot colder. Hope you enjoyed the mild weather we've had. Let's take a look at some numbers for today and tell you that we had a beautiful moon out there tonight, huh? 69 degrees the high, 19 above the average or the normal, if you will, for this time of year. 39 degrees, the low temperature this morning. Now, notice the normals again there, 50 and 30. Let me go back here. 50 and 23 degrees, 51 outside right now. 35% the relative humidity, 29.53 inches of rising mercury. Southwesterly winds. Front has not gone through yet. 21 with a gust to 26 at the 10 o'clock hour. Watches and advisories late tonight and tomorrow. All the mountain areas, 2 to 4 in the northwest, 4 to 8 up in the central and southern mountains there. Snow and blowing snow advisory tonight for this area, and then tomorrow for the northern and central mountains. In the green, a high wind watch for tonight. Actually, the winds will really be their strongest probably from 2 to 6 or 8 in the morning. And again, a breezy day tomorrow. Let's look at the high temperatures from around the state today. 40s up at the mountain, 70 at Pueblo, 76 at Lamar, and 69 here in Denver. But kiss that goodbye. We'll be lucky to get to 45 tomorrow. Right now, 51 here in Denver. 25 in Craig. Front is getting close to us, but it hasn't come through yet. Satellite view, an opening in the clouds here, and then the frontal system back and moving our direction. You take a look at the western satellite shot, and we may see some sunshine tomorrow as skies clear out on the backside of that frontal system. National satellite view, quite a bit of moisture being forced ahead of the frontal system. We add radar to this, and showers and thunderstorms pop up. It's snowing back in northwestern Colorado and in the southwestern portion of the state, as well as the central mountains. So travel is going to be wintry at best for the next 12 to 24 hours. One satellite loop for you will take you back 20 hours. And watch this frontal system. Last map here. Here's the first frame. And watch it zoom on out and through Colorado. As we said, we may see some sunshine tomorrow. That'd be kind of nice. But it is going to be breezy, and it is going to be a lot colder. Let's go back to the maps, paint on some highs. 59 in Billings, Montana today. Duluth had 45, 52 in Boston, 80 down in Miami, and 48 in Salt Lake City. What about tomorrow's forecast map? Front goes all the way into the mid-Mississippi Valley, pushing the showers and thunderstorms ahead of it. Still some lingering snow showers in the mountains. We may catch a stray shower of snow here in Denver, but it won't be anything in terms of accumulation. Low temperatures, high temperature, well, I didn't change this. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s. That's the low temperature map. You don't really care about that, do you? White and windy. White in the mountains, windy in the plains. And the forecast goes like this for Denver and vicinity. High wind watch tonight and tomorrow. The windiest conditions early in the morning. Cloudy and windy tonight, 32 the overnight low. Tomorrow, windy and colder with maybe a speck of snow. 45 for a high. That beats the Dickens off of 69 if you like it cold. Thursday, colder by a few degrees, and then we start to warm up again. So it'll be a cool Thanksgiving, but it'll feel like November.
We had quite a few calls. People wanting to see that high temperature map that you...
Did they?
Yeah.
I rack it back up.
Did. Thanks a lot.
Their lips moved, and this time singing came out. We'll have that in a couple of minutes.
Thanksgiving 1990. Cleaning away the last morsels of their holiday feasts, families everywhere are gathering for Chevy's Thanksgiving Sales Spectacular. The young ones will splendor at the sight of 7.9% financing on a great selection of fine motor vehicles. Or choose up to $1,500 cash back and shake the whole family tree. Even Grandma and smiley Uncle Sal will marvel at the savings. The Thanksgiving Sales Spectacular, now through November 24th at your Colorado's best Chevy Geo dealers.
In the 1870s, the Colorado National Banks helped finance the Denver, South Park, and Pacific Railroad, and Colorado started picking up steam. Today, we're continuing to build momentum for Colorado by helping projects like the new International Airport take off. Commitment to Colorado, past, present, and future. Colorado National Banks.
On Wednesday, the 9 News Express is running the 83L route, leaving the 9-mile park and ride at 6:50 a.m., arriving at Civic Center Station at 7:31. Take a free ride in the 9 News Express.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
We depend on one another most in times of need. Someone to count on, someone to trust. For over 50 years, families who consider their health care too precious to compromise have depended on Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's simply a matter of trust. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Colorado.
On the money.
Celebrate the season by giving this new Black & Decker Dustbuster, holiday priced at just $46.99. This fine gift is perfect for those hard-to-reach places, and now more powerful than ever.
Milli Vanilli says they were young and naive, and it got them into a heap of trouble. Rob Pilatus and Fab Morvan told their side of the story today at a news conference in L.A. They had to give back their Grammy because they only pretended to sing on their best-selling winning album. They say they made a pact with the devil when they agreed to lip-sync the songs.
We don't understand that it's us, the two little guys from Germany, the victims who has to play suddenly the crooks of a trial that we are not.
Did you get that? Milli Vanilli blames its producer and Arista Records for the scandal. They say they were promised a chance to sing for real on the next single. And finally today, their real voices were heard.
Every time when you crack a smile and everything you do, don't you understand, girl, this love is true. You'll suck, stick your hair, long, sweet and thin, like gentle, like a passion upon your skin.
But reporters still didn't believe it was them, so they made them do it again, live, impromptu.
I'm in love with you, girl.
I'm not certain. I don't understand why you didn't understand what they were saying.
Me neither.
Me neither. Bronze oppose, yeah.
On to more legitimate things.
Yes, absolutely. The MVP, really a close call today.
Very close call. You're going to hear a lot of people that disagree with the call in just a minute. We'll come back and we'll hear from Ricky Henderson.
3 reminders from a leader in 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive technology. 1. Don't try this without the advantage of 4-wheel drive. 2. Don't try this without the advantage of all-wheel drive. And 3. Don't try 1 or 2 without the advantage of Jeep or Eagle.
See your local Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can always expect the best.
Okay, beautiful. Watch the birdie.
And let's give it our best shot. Yeah.
When you've got a shot that's worth a medal, it's worth medallion photo finishing from Robert Waxman, where the reds are redder, the blues are bluer, and each print is on Kodak Royal paper to make your photos picture perfect. Nobody puts on the finishing touches like Medallion, and the only place you'll find medallion photo finishing is at Robert Waxman.
For your memories come first.
Give us your best shots.
Make them last.
Well, I guess they say, you know who they are. Yep. They say it always helps to be on a winning team and to win these big awards.
Ricky Henderson proved that today. What do you hear some of these interviews? Ricky Henderson, that was a story. Who was going to win the American League MVP? Ricky Henderson, who had a great year, great all-around ball player, or Cecil Fielder, first man to hit 50 home runs since George Foster did it back in '76? The answer? Ricky Henderson. It was close. Henderson had 14 first-place votes to 10 for Fielder. Roger Clemens was third with 3 first-place votes. Henderson had a great year, stole 65 bases, scored 119 runs, and hit a career-high 325.
I would like to just tip my hat to Cecil Fielder because I think he had an outstanding year. I think he deserved this award as well as I deserve the award. But I think for my team and his team and the things that I do on the field, that I edged him out to win this award.
I thought I had a good shot to win. I feel, you know, anybody in this room, everybody in the room probably felt the same way I did. I had a shot to win, but again, you know, I didn't.
Fielder should have been the winner, believe me. That ball club without Fielder would have been so far behind you'd need a spyglass to find him.
That kind of sums things up. Joe Morgan happy about that. Not happy when he heard that Roger Clemens finally disciplined for that outburst during Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Clemens today suspended for the first 5 games of next year and fined $10,000. American League President Bobby Brown saying Clemens was suspended for physical contact with an umpire, threatening an ump, verbally abusing an ump, and for not leaving the dugout immediately upon ejection. The Red Sox say they won't appeal. Clemens not available for comment. Basketball, according to his agent Bob Wolf, Terry Mills, one of the Nuggets' #1 choices, will sign a contract here in Denver tomorrow morning. Bernie Bickerstaff tonight had no comment. He's held out ever since getting back from Greece. Now, they opened a spot in the roster, the Nuggets did. They cut guard Corey Gaines, who's played in every game. He was a Paul Westhead guy, but a stopgap player. Maybe Bernie Bickerstaff is really taking over. They also activated Jerome Lane from the injured list
And to put on the injured list, they found a phantom hamstring injury for Marcus Liberty. Now, the Nuggets are in L.A. tonight, where they will play the Lakers tomorrow night. Tonight in the Garden, the Rockets blew out the Knicks 115-88. The game was never in doubt as you look at Otis Thorpe, but the story was Akeem Olajuwon, 30 points. 14 and 19 from the floor, thoroughly outplayed Patrick Ewing as the Rockets beat the Knicks. Dallas in overtime loses at home. Ty Corbin a tip in with 0.3 of a second left in OT to win it. Charlotte is now 6-6. They beat Atlanta. Detroit got 24 from John Sally. Sacramento, their first win of the year, snapping a 13-game losing streak. The Nets have now lost 33 straight on the road, an all-time NBA record, and Golden State leads Orlando in the third. Laker forward James Worthy in Houston this morning, where he pleaded innocent to charges he solicited sex from 2 female Houston Police Department undercover officers before a game last week. His trial date was set for January 28th, an off day for the Lakers. Football. In Detroit, the Lions continue to get ready for the Broncos on Thanksgiving Day. Now, Rodney Peete worked out today at quarterback, leg bothering him, though. Either he or Bob Gagliano will get the start. Barry Sanders right there, still somewhat miffed over not getting the ball. Now, today, Sanders had cooled off some, but his head coach explained why he hasn't seen the ball as much as he would like.
When they pile up on the line of scrimmage, in our offense, it's hard to give the ball to Barry. And I'm going to look dead in the camera and say it's hard. I plan on giving the ball to Barry more this week. My coaches plan on giving the ball to Barry more this week. But if they stack the line of scrimmage against us, and in this offense, then it's very hard to give the young man the ball. They're daring us to throw it.
Of course, Wayne Fonts wants to see Barry Sanders with the ball. The Broncos today activated linebacker Anthony Thompson from the injured reserve list. They also signed rookie wide receiver Tim Stallworth to the practice squad. And SMU tonight announced that Forrest Gregg has resigned as their head coach. He will stay on as the athletic director.
Now, Paula Woodward heard you say that Marcus Liberty has a phantom injury. She's going to be checking to see if he files workers' comp.
Well, we're going to find out. Let's get her on the story right away. I'm amazed at how these certain nuggets keep coming up with these hangnails.
Yes. Lame, just overnight. Mike.
I believe she'll be following him with that hidden camera thing. Yes. I'm almost certain of it. Some stock traders were apparently cashing in their profits before the Thanksgiving holiday, and the market lost more than 35 points today. Trading was active.
Throwing a holiday party? Pick up some Arby's Holidays Cafe mugs for this great price.
You sure you never worked Toddler World?
They're decorated with a festive holly design and rimmed in 22-karat gold. Give them as gifts or collect a set for yourself.
So the guy says, buddy, you don't look like an elf.
Brighten up your holidays for this great price with Arby's Holidays Cafe mugs.
It only comes in one color, one size fits all, and everybody needs it. The perfect holiday gift.
It is a beautiful time of the year, heavy with excited anticipation of a joyous season where family and friends gather. It is the ritual of winter season when all gather for Thanksgiving and joy. This holiday, make sure you are ready with beautiful new dining room furniture from Howard Lorton. For a limited time, enjoy extraordinary savings on any dining room in stock, ready for holiday delivery. It's available now, and only at Howard Lorton, Colorado's leader in quality home furnishings and interior design.
Hello, I'm Dr. Rob Hilsenroth, and this is May Bell. May Bell is 5 months old. She had an accident and had to have a leg amputated, but she gets along fine. If you can give her a home, call the Max Fund or Petline 9 at 751-5557.
40 years ago, Dunkin' Donuts made the freshest donuts you could buy. I still do. Dunkin' Donuts, the freshest then, the freshest now.
Surprise! Quaker Oat Squares. You're gonna love them from square one. Love that crunch.
Love the toasty taste. Love the touch of brown sugar. Surprise!
Quaker Oat Squares. You're gonna love them from square one.
Windy and cold tomorrow, unless you feel left out because we forgot that high temperature map. We've got it for you on the computer. Cool tomorrow, 45. Don't you feel better now, Ron?
Absolutely. All rest easier now. Muhammad Ali will share his Thanksgiving dinner with hostages in Iraq during a holiday tour of the Middle East. Ali will be in Baghdad on Wednesday morning. Ed?
All right, when Thanksgiving time comes down at the bowling alley, what do you have? Thanksgiving bowling, of course, with turkeys.
All right, when you get bored with one turkey bowler, you have two turkey bowlers and a strike, of course.
And I really hate those when your thumb gets caught in that thing when you're trying to... Oh, it's awful.
Where does the thumb get caught?
Never mind. Actually, it's a fist. Our military hospital's ready for the possibility of war. That's on Nightline at 11:35.
Thank you. Good night and have a nice day tomorrow.
This has been 9 News from Colorado's 24-hour news source. For the hearing impaired, 9 News is closed caption, made possible by your Denver Pepsi bottler, making a difference.